Yogis have been practicing meditation 1 month and they have confidence that Dhamma will lead liberation, Niyanika Dhamma. And Yogi have practiced meditation very well, but some have difficulty, some cannot describe how they have practiced and what experience. Today we want to share a few words of guidance, the method for describing Yogi's practice and experience to the teacher. The basic meditation instruction we practice are those given by the late most venerable Mahasi Sayādaw. Mahasi Sayādaw concluded the instruction by summarizing how to note, beginning with the primary object. He explained that in terms of Satipatthana Sutta, mental and physical phenomena are occurring all the time at the six doors. How they occur is that in the moment of the eye sees something, the eye sensitivity and the visible object are physical phenomena, while seeing and knowing are mental. In order to see that mental and physical phenomena arising at the moment as they really are, we have to note seeing at the very moment of seeing occurs. In just the same way, in the moment of hearing, the ear sensitive sounds are physical phenomena, while hearing and knowing are mental. So Yogi have to note hearing at the very moment of hearing in order to know the mental and physical phenomena involved. So Yogi observe in the moment of smelling, touching, thinking, reflecting and planning, as well as bearing and placing, even down to the smallest movement, very carefully. So noting, observing, looking, that does not just mean taking a quick glance or looking without paying attention. Only when we look closely and carefully at something, only when we see, we can be able to say what it is. Here, to observe rising is to pay attention to it, applying mindfulness and wisdom in order to the object clearly. This what we are practicing. So it is important to be able to say how we observe the rising of the abdomen from the very start until the end. When the breath starts to enter the body, the abdomen expands or rises. It continues to rise as we breathe in. When the in-breath comes to an end, so does the rising. Therefore, it says in the text that when noting the rising, we should experience the body as a whole. This does not mean to observe one's entire body. It means to experience from start to finish the whole series of physical phenomena such as stiffness, tension and movement, which occur when the in-breath causes the abdomen to expand. That is what is meant by experience the body as a whole, as an entire. So Pali, it is Sabbakaya, that means the whole group of physical phenomena, all the physical phenomena. The text explains Sabba. Sabba is beginning, middle and end. 3 parts as a whole, middle and end are what is meant by Sabba, or whole or entire. If we divide the whole rising into parts, there is a middle and an end. These 3 parts as a whole are what Buddha referred to when he said, Sabbakaya Patisamvedi. Yogi should make a practice of knowing the body as a whole, as an entire, of understanding the body as a whole. So when noting rising, yogi must follow it with the mind from the very smallest beginning of the rising. So noting mind must get to the rising. As the abdomen rises, yogi has to focus one's mind on the rising movement. One's observation should stop at exactly the same moment as the rising stops. So with the aim that yogis make careful, concentrated effort, yogis pay full attention to the object. Only when the mind is steadfast, placed completely on the abdomen at the moment of rising occurs, complete concentration will be gained. When yogi notes, yogi should have the attitude, I'm going to observe the whole rising from the very start to the very end. Later, yogi come to able to do this very well. A yogi must be able to describe how they observe the rising from the very start to the very end. Or I can note the rising, or I can not. The mind observe the object directly, or my mind cannot observe the object directly. Or I can note the entire process, or I cannot. So yogi has to be able to express this. Yogi can note what does yogi see, what does yogi find. Having focus on an object, yogi should not fantasize about other things. It is not necessary to speak about other objects seen or found. What is important is to speak about the object yogi has observed in a focused, concentrated way. So yogi need to be able to describe the rising properly. So experientially, there are three parts to anything physical. Three are physical appearance or form, physical position, and essential physical quality or true nature. If we focus our mind on the abdomen in an ordinary way, the form of the abdomen is apparent. The shape or form of the abdomen is called its appearance. The whole body is a physical form. The abdomen, which one of the body's parts, is also a physical form. It is called appearance. So what is position? Position refers to the position of the abdomen. How is it situated? Is it deflated or is it expanded? Is it collapsed? The abdomen is in some kinds of position or other. When we breathe in, the abdomen rises or expands. It is in an expanded position. When the breath goes out, the abdomen falls, collapses, or becomes deflated. In a collapsed position, it is called akara in Pali. Akara means in or. For example, what is the position of the hand? How is it placed? Is it closed into a fist, or is it stretched open? As for the position of the body, or standing, or walking, or lying on a bed, or what position? So all these are position. Now when you focus the abdomen in expanded position or collapsed position, if you look carefully and intently, you are able to see the true nature of physical phenomena. You can see their form or shape. A yogi come to be able to see this. A yogi can also see position such as that of the abdomen being expanded. So seeing shape and position are not wisdom. Yogi have to penetrate form and position, going beyond to reach the stiffness, tension, vibration, and that really exist in the moment of rising. These are called essential physical qualities or true nature. And how about our mind? We keep our mind in our body. The mind does not stay where we put it. So while we sit and observe the main object of rising and falling or sitting, touching, various types of thinking and planning arise. So our mind leaves the object of observation and moves about. So it does what it wants. Various thoughts occur, sometimes good, sometimes very bad, sometimes clean, sometimes dirty. So various thoughts arise. If that happened, what we have to note them right away. So various fantasies can arise. If they arise, Yogi note them. Of course, Yogi have to note until it disappears. Yogi must be able to note all the thoughts. When Yogi note a fantasy, does the mind continue to fantasize? Does it come to a halt? Does it disappear? Does the mind go back to the original object? You are observing, so you have to be able to say, because you are observing the mind. So sometimes we can be aware of thinking, and sometimes we cannot. So that all kinds of thoughts do not arise, we must focus on the main object and follow it closely. And feeling, when we have sat for a while, after we sit for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, small feelings of discomfort arise in our body. Just as comfort and discomfort occur in our body, so too in the mind, various kinds of pleasant and unpleasant feelings gradually arise. If something has arisen, we must observe it. When there is itchiness, when aching, when numbness, when tingling. So let's say that while observing rising and falling, one place starts to ache. So it has arisen. Here it has started to ache. We did not do anything to make it ache. It is aching on its own. So due to bad contact, unpleasant feeling arises. So the yogi focus, noting aching. So that is observation of feeling. What happens to this ache? Does it ache more? Or does it stay the same? Or does it decrease or disappear completely? So if it aches more, say it aches more, etc. And Dhamma object, Dhammesu Dhammanupasi, besides the various thoughts and feelings that can arise in our body and mind while we are observing the main object, sights, sounds, smells, taste, and also for touch can also arise, followed by craving, wanting to harm, and laziness, then restlessness, worry, doubt, criticizing, remembering, knowing clearly, paying attention, delight, satisfaction, peace, calm, ease of meditation, and many other objects can also arise. So Buddha called the Dhamma object or natural phenomena. So Dhammesu, all these Dhamma objects arise, and Dhammanupasi, how you note and what you know, all these to report. And walking meditation, while you are practicing walking meditation, you focus on the leg and right, left, right. At the moment of lifting, can you observe it closely from the slightest beginning of the lifting until its end? Or not? If you can observe it closely, what do you see, the leg or the position of lifting up? Or do you see some qualities such as lightness, heaviness, stiffness or pushing? So yogi must be able to say how it occurs. So when describing a physical object, yogi must be able to mention one of the following is form or position or true nature. And there are three characteristics. When practicing meditation, every yogi should also understand the three characteristics, lakkhana. So lakkhana means characteristic or distinguishing mark. So one, individual characteristic. Number two, momentary characteristic. And common characteristic. Yogi must understand these terms. So among these three, individual characteristic refers to the substance or unique individual qualities of mental and physical phenomena. We practice, we feel our bodies. You note many touching points. If you touch a bony area, you find the quality of hardness or firmness. When you feel the flesh, you find the quality of softness. So in the scriptures, this type of matter is called Pathavi Dhatu, the earth element. And the elements of temperature is just the same. Temperature refers to both heat and cold. The elements of temperature is called Tejo Dhatu. It is commonly called the fire element. A water element, as far as water is concerned, the quality of flowing only occurs in Apo Dhatu, not in the other elements. Seeing its quality, yogi will say it is water element. And then Vayo Dhatu, mostly yogi experience a lot. Vayo, air has the quality of stiffness, tension and movement. Now when you sit, you note sit. So what is sit experience? Vayo very clearly, so tension. So Vayo has the quality of stiffness, tension and movement. Only air has these qualities. They don't occur in the other elements. So during the practice, you experience mental phenomena a lot. The mind has the quality of taking an object, as when the seeing mind takes something visible as its object. And contact, phassa, a mind state arises together with the mind, colors it. So contact has a quality of making phassa. And feeling, vedana has a quality of feeling. Physical and mental phenomena each have their own quality, which is called sabhava lakkhana, its own unique individual characteristic. So yogi should know that the unique quality of giving physical or mental phenomena is called sabhava lakkhana. And every individual characteristic has a beginning, a middle and an end, or arising, continuation. So in Pali, these are called Upada, Titi and Binga. Upada means beginning. Titi means heading towards dissolution, existing for a moment. Binga means dissolution or disappearance. We can say beginning, middle and end, or in other words, arising, momentary continuation and dissolution. So every natural characteristic of mental and physical phenomena, such as hardness, softness, cold, stiffness, tension, knowing an object, contact, feeling and so on, all have a beginning, middle and end. So each has a moment of arising, of continuation and of this physical and mental phenomena that arise due to condition have a moment of arising, of continuation and of dissolution. Samanya lakkhana means characteristics which are common to all phenomena. Common to all mental and physical phenomena is that having arisen, the hardness, despair, softness and cold also all are impermanent. stiffness, tension, contact also disappear. Feeling good or being good to see or bad to see also disappear. All things having a reason, so there is no phenomenon which remains having a reason. Everything disappears. Having a reason, they dissolve. They appear, then disappear. So these three characteristics are relevant to all mental and physical phenomena as universal characteristics. So they are called samanya, common or universal. Characteristics which are common to all are called common characteristic. Just as there is the common characteristic of disappearing reason called impermanence, and also the characteristic of being unsatisfactory and unreliable called dukkha lakkhana is common to all. And the characteristic of occurring according to their own nature called anatta lakkhana, common to all. So these three characteristics, nature, dukkha, anatta, permeate all physical and mental phenomena, and all they are common to all. So among these three characteristics, what we work with is sabhava. The meditation practice we now is done to know sabhava, the true nature of mind and body. How must we note in order to know individual qualities of mind and body? We must observe at the moment of their arising. In the interview, you have to tell about the how noted and what you know, and falling, how you thinking, planning, other dhamma object, other phenomena that arise, how noted and what known, you have to report. So three things: object, noting, and what is known. 3 points are see samanya, then vipassana knowledge has begun. How mental and physical phenomena arising, existing for a moment, then dissolving, appear and disappear. How they are unsatisfactory because they arise and disappear, and how they are unreliable and uncontrollable. So we mean the various aspects of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness and uncontrollability. Vipassana means the knowledge which can see in terms of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness and uncontrollability. That is called vipassana knowledge. Only when samanya is seen, vipassana knowledge arises. After vipassana knowledge has begun, it gradually matured. When it is complete, knowledge of the noble path will arise. So at that point, Yogi will for yourself nibbana, the cessation of both mental and physical phenomena, and cessation of all suffering. Only when you realize nibbana, the suffering of lower realms. We all have to go to that point. So we have fully confidence that Dhamma can lead us to liberation. Dhamma is Nayanika. Dhamma is the assurance of attainment expounded by Buddha. Bhikkhus, verily, whoever is practicing these 4 foundations of mindfulness for 7 years or for 7 months or 7 days, he or she can expect one of 2 results. Highest knowledge, that is Aratapala, here and now, or if there stay be a remainder of clinging, the state of non-returner, that is Anagami Phala. This is the assurance of attainment founded by our Lord Buddha. Practicing and meditation very correctly, we must have confidence that sure we can attain highest knowledge. To end our discourse for today, by practicing Satipatthana Vipassana meditation, By observing every phenomena occurring at the sleep and meticulously, may all practitioners